Okay. Sorry, that protein bar took four freaking ever to eat. I was just struggling through that. It was one of the big ones. Okay. Hi, how is everyone? How's everyone's weekend? Whatever you want to call it. Saturday. How's everyone's Saturday? You're eepy. Yeah, me too, honestly. Kelly, honestly, me too. I am very tired. Yeah. Okay, everyone's sleepy here. That's fine then. Pumpkin, it is like 4 or 5 in the morning for you. You're allowed to be sleepy. It is noon here. I am not allowed to be sleepy. Okay, so I actually had a story for you guys before we get into it. I really like the lo-fi mix. So let me pull up paint because we're gonna need a diagram for this one. It's bad. I was furious. Okay. I'm just making paint the right size. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So, for my work, if you don't know already, I drive a truck. A really big ass truck. I drive a Chevy Silverado. So she big. She needs space is what I'm saying. Okay, she needs space. Now, I went to a parking lot and the parking lot is like this, right? Oh, right. And then there's a road here. Okay. Sorry for my terrible drawing skills, but there is a two-way road here. Okay. So one way and then the other way. And this is another road. Oh, you can't really see this part. This is another road. Let me undo that. This is another road. And so the traffic would be going this way, right? Okay. Now, this parking lot is very small. It's like 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots. And you are not supposed to park here. We know everyone does though, right? Like this is the size. So this is the size. This can actually fit my truck. Let's pretend this can fit like a full-size truck, okay? Like king cab, extended bed. This can fit a truck. We know people park here. That's just what they're going to do. So normally one person can park there. I can get out okay. Okay? I can still get out. It's tight, but we can manage it. We can get out. So we have one space here. People just make up an imaginary second space here. Again, these spaces don't actually exist. There are no lines. There's nothing. But people park there. 2 people park there. Sometimes, if they're really fussy, 3 people park there. Now, when I showed up, I brought the truck in, obviously, and I went to spot 2, okay? There was no one on either side. I figured I will do that because if I put myself in spot 1, I can't swing. Like the sidewalk to the building is not big enough. There's not really even a sidewalk. I can't like swing my truck. So I was like, if someone parks behind me in this first imaginary spot, I'll be okay. This is a very bad truck story, Pumpkin. I was livid by the end. So I'm in part. Let's put a little truck here. Okay, so I'm here. This is everyone pretend this is a really good drawing of a truck. I'm here. That's actually not terrible. I'm here. And a second truck pulls in next to me. But he has a little backy thing, right? He's got like a back cover. So I'm here, Buddy's here, and then we have just a normal car here. Boop, just a normal car. Okay. And there's a car here, but that's not really relevant. So there's someone in there, whatever. Naturally, as we're enjoying our lunch break, someone pulls up into this spot. No big deal. I can still get out. Doesn't matter. So we've got a car here. But then someone pulls up into this spot. No problem. Still have time left. I think we still have like 10 minutes left on break. It's fine. They're going in to get a coffee and then they're going to come out. That's all that's going to happen. 10 minutes, they'll be in and out. As I turn on my truck to leave, which by the way, there are still 2 people behind me. So this guy who is like 10 minutes tops was no longer 10 minutes tops. And I was like, well, we're going to manage. We're going to do an 1,000,000 point turn. We'll be okay. A third person pulls in. At this point, no one can leave. No car can negotiate out. There is a third imaginary vehicle. Not imaginary. There's a third real vehicle there. And I have my truck. I just put my reverse lights on. This person pulled up behind me. And I just looked in my rear view and I said, oh, mama, no, I am leaving. I am getting out of here. I am leaving right now. The person looked at the parking spot, saw me with my lights on, and I backed up a little bit just so they knew. Like, I'm getting out. And they left, as they should. You should not be parking there and blocking people in if you're going to go inside. Like, I get it if you're waiting for someone, so, like, you pull up, and then you just, like, eagle eyes, like, waiting for the driver, and then you, like, pull out for them, okay? I get that. I'm totally fine with that. I'm relatively patient. I have road annoyance, but I don't have road rage, so I'm relatively patient. Now, this person leaves, okay? So car 3 is no longer part of the equation, but car 1 and 2 are still part of the equation. I begin to back out, and as I'm backing out, I have two issues, okay? I can't swing that hard. I have two issues. This car is close to me, and this car is close to me. So the ability for me to swing my truck out, it does not exist. And there's this guy behind me. Now, trucks, there's actually a standard Ford F-150. Okay, if you have a Ford F-150, you cannot see, they've done studies, if you're like sitting like propped up to your wheels here and you're like peeking over the wheel, you can't see 8 feet in front of you. Like, these are dangerous vehicles to drive, okay? And the Chevy Silverado is the same as a Ford F-150, so it's very similar, the line of sight, okay? So 8 feet in front of me, I don't know what's going on. Now, I get my colleague to get out of the truck and start guiding me because I was like, this is not going to work on my own. You have to, like, you got to get out and help me, which no problem, of course, right? They do this all the time. They always help me. So, like, no problem. So now there is one person here. Okay, let's draw a person. There's a person here. Red feels like a villain color. There are villains in this story, by the way. Red is a villain color. So let's put green. Green for good guy. Okay? There you go. They're helping me. And what has to happen is they have to guide me in 2 separate areas, though. So they have to guide me so that I don't hit the car in front, but they also have to guide me so I don't hit the car behind. As I begin backing out, the truck here just decides that they're leaving. So they just swing out without like me like being able to, like, I did not know that they were moving as I had my truck in motion. So that window's down, and I just, like, look over at the truck, now being Goofy Gobber over there, and I was like, let him do his thing. We'll leave. We'll leave when he's done, right? We'll go. But he only pulls out to here, and then stops. Now, he's also in a truck, and he's now, rather than being vertical like these cars, okay, he is horizontal. So he is probably blocking this whole area right here. So there's this very tiny, narrow area that I can leave. Okay. At this point, I'm just like, let him go. I don't know what he wants. Then the beeping starts. So I am basically, rather than being tucked neatly into my little park like this, okay, I am like, maybe like this, right? No. Let's say I'm on a slight angle, so I'm maybe like this, okay? And this guy's just beeping, like, non-stop. Like, this is not like beep. This is like beep, 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 beep. And he's making these wild gestures. Like, I don't know what's happening. He's badly gesturing at me from his driver's seat, and his hand comes out of the truck and it starts waving around, and I was like, what is happening? So I was like, let's just ignore him. Let's just focus on getting out of here. So at this point, I make 1 adjustment. I make 2 adjustment. I make 3 adjustment. Okay. So rather than being in this area, now I'll use a blue one so that we can give an updated diagram, because this is going to get messy. I'm probably roughly looking like this, right? So, like, we're making progress, but it's hard. Like, that this is going to be, like, I call them 20,000 point turns. It's going to take a minute. The beeping continues. It is still happening. Beep, 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 beep. Wild gestures. I was like, I don't even want to talk to this person. Like, just like leave them alone. Now, this is where it starts to get tough, because the guy starts yelling at me, pull forward, pull forward. And I was like, well, what is he trying to do in this scenario? I was like, we'll be patient. We will just pull forward and wait. So I pull back into the spot. Sorry, we'll use another color. I pull back into the spot. The orange is where we're at now, okay? I am back in my spot, in my original parking spot. The beeping is still happening, by the way. I don't know what's going on with the beeping. Now, some random fellow starts coming out of the coffee shop. And he's making his way this way towards my colleague, okay? As this is happening, this guy decides to get out of his truck. So we've got guy over here. Dart in his mouth, coming up to the window of the truck. Okay? So he ends up at my window. This man ends up near my colleague. Colleague is still speaking to me and communicating with me. Man is at my window, about to knock on it. Buddy on the left. So I roll it down. As I roll it down, this other man is now speaking to me. This other gentleman is now speaking to me near my colleague. And he's trying to say, hey, I have the car behind you. Why don't I just back it out? Good, you should do that. You should absolutely do this. But we can't forget about truck blocking traffic now. At this point, by the way, he eventually does eke out so that he's literally blocking a lane of traffic. And this is a blind corner. Okay, this is not a corner you can see around. There are hedges. There's kooky, crazy stuff going on. No one can see him as they're turning this corner. So very dangerous spot to be parked. But his choice. The guy at the window, I'll use this Allen wrench as his little cigarette, goes, listen, I'm not trying to mansplain to you here. I knew in that moment I was just going to lose my mind. So I've got colleague talking to me, man with the car behind me talking to me, and man with the truck going beep, 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 now talking to me. Now what you want to do is you want to pull forward into these two spots, man. I just remember, like, my eyes must have glazed over in rage, and I just stare forward, and I go, everybody stop talking! Everybody stop talking to me right now! I was like, just stop. I was so frustrated. Like, you know, you can feel the tears coming. You're so frustrated. My colleague's just standing there like, the man to my right, I turn to him and I say, you're going to move your car? And he says, yeah, I am. I got my coffee. And I'm like, no problem. If you could move your car, that would be great. Buddy on the left. Now listen, I'm holding up traffic for you, okay? I've been holding up traffic this whole time. I've been there before. I've been there with my truck before. I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to help you out of a tough spot. You don't need to get upset about it. So, in the end, what happened? This car that's blocking my way goes out, okay? So he goes out and pulls forward. So there's one car here, two car here, right? So he is now waiting in line. This truck backs up more into the blind corner and starts waving me back. So I back out onto the road as he's waving me back. Here's the kicker, because I assume this man is going back into the coffee shop at this point, right? You would think you just leave to help vacate the parking lot. Like, this is the intellectual move. He leaves. After we drive away, he also leaves. He was like, all right, I'm done at this coffee shop now. The way I now use at work, now I'm not trying to mansplain here. So that was my chaos. That happened like 2 weeks ago now. I've been holding that one in. I've been waiting to tell people. Oh boy, parking crisis. So who is the dum-dum? Cranky Pants, welcome in. It's just one of my lovely treats that I get to deal with driving a truck at work. I actually with all of this chaos that happened, there was I won't do a whole diagram because it's pretty easy to explain, but I was driving a truck and trailer because I was covering for the mowing side of the company, and I was in a mall parking lot dropping off people at our meeting point, and I went to make a turn, and this car, even though they saw me making the turn, decided that they should also make the turn, but coming towards me with the trailer. And they just, like, stopped. Just, like, dead stopped. And I had my window down, and I just looked at them. I looked back at the trailer. I look at them. Look back at the trailer. And I go, ma'am, you're going to need to help me out and move your car. Because I got the trailer here. I ain't backing up with this thing here. Where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? You could back up your car. Like, put it in reverse and go back the way you came. I need space. I need space to negotiate this. And then when I'm straight, you can go about your way. I can't back up. I can't back up. And I was like, all right, move forward. Like, right there. And so I start going. And, like, so close. They were like, you're going to hit my car. You're going to hit my car. I am not going to hit your car today, ma'am. I can assure you of that. I need you to pull to the right slightly. And they were like, okay. This much space, gang. This is how much I cleared with that trailer and that stupid Hyundai, whatever it was in the parking lot. It's like 2 inches. I told my boss about it that night, and she's like, Elena, I don't know what I would have done in that situation. And it's like, I got this. I can do this. I am a capable, independent woman. People who have their license with a cereal box. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. The way I would have cried, Kelly, there were almost many tears both of those times. I was like, this is too much. I can't drive at all. I felt the passion in this story. Listen, you gotta... Listen. The thing is, right? And, like, I've been driving a truck now at this point for, like, 2-3 years for work. Happy spring, summer, and fall. And later, welcome in. It's good to see you. I cannot. So that's my story with the truck. That's what we're going to warm up with. Does anyone else have any good stories? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I'm glad it went that way. By the way, during our stream today, I'm not going to have my fan on for audio purposes, but we might have to take a break or two so that I can literally go stand in front of an air conditioner because it's so hot and I have my light on in front of me. So we're going to see where we get to. It's going to be 35 degrees here. And later, you missed the truck stories, so you're out. You're out of luck. You're out of luck. Yeah, but basic life update. I've been thinking about actually going like live more often, like I've wanted to, but my hand is still in recovery. Can we see this bruise right in there? She's swollen. She's swollen, baby. So, okay. Sorry, Envolator. Dan, you're at home, so you're not at home, so you can't stay, but you just wanted to say hello. Dan, thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Hello. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're having a good weekend. Get out there, get your sunshine in. So, bye, Dan. Hi, Dan. Bye, Dan. Okay. Let's get to a quick announcement, housekeeping wise. I put this all over, so hopefully everyone has seen it. And if not, oh well. So, quick housekeeping. When I first announced the podcast, which was, I want to say like December or something. Like, it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute, guys, okay? I had announced it with Seasons. Oh, that's the pentathlon information. One moment. Okay, hold on. What happened? Where did it go? Okay, we got it. We're doing this. We announced it with Seasons, and I had honestly just planned for 5 seasons. Or 5 episodes, not seasons. I was like, 5 episodes, this is what I want to talk about, and this is how we're going to see how the reception goes. Obviously, we've gone way above and beyond this. This is actually the 10th episode, I think, that we're doing, and we've had guests on for like a couple episodes. I would like to have more guests on, but I just honestly, organizing schedules is really tough with how much I work, so it hasn't happened yet. But, and I'll say this at the end of the episode too, we'll just go over it twice just to make sure people don't miss it. We're going to take a break. I'm really excited for it. I think that when you're providing and doing content that takes a bit of planning to do, you can't just like half-ass it, right? Like you have to put time and effort into it. And I really believe in this podcast, and I think like I'm actually doing really well with the content I'm providing, but we hit something that I like to call the mid-season lull in my job. And I don't mean like, oh, it gets easier and like the work is less hours and yada yada. I mean like everyone just collapses, it feels like. And you all just see everyone slowly burn out for the mid-season, and people will slowly take their vacations and filter in and out. And then they come back with energy and we finish out the season. So you kind of get burnt out every year doing the job that I do, and then you have 4 months to recover. So it's okay. So I'm going to take this time and probably think about some more topics, and we're going to still stream. That's really important. Pikmin 4 is coming out next Friday, so I'm not going to stream until next Friday, but then we're going to be live a lot, and we're just going to be playing Pikmin 4. And I want to just take this time to sort of just play more video games and enjoy my free time rather than having it, like, YouTube is kind of consuming my mind right now, and I need it to not. So that's where we're at. We're going to have YouTube not consume my whole being when I'm not at work, because it's not working. And we'll probably be back with more episodes in December, and I'll start getting stuff like that. But I do take time to readjust to not working as much in December, as many of you are aware, because you've known me now for a couple of years. It takes a little bit of time to adjust to not working that much. So I'll probably take a little bit of time to myself in December, pump out some episodes, because in January, well, at some point, I'm just hoping to take another vacation this winter, so we'll see what happens. We've got a lot on the go right now. You'll fall asleep, but you are listening, Pumpkin. Please enjoy the lurk. Do whatever you need to do, Callie. That's what I'm here for. I'm doing whatever I need to do to survive and to get through my life. So this is the last episode of season 1, and I think it's going to be a fun topic, and we're going to have a good time talking about it. And my voice, I don't know, my voice is like a little scraggly today, so I'm hoping to just like push through it, like pump it out, you know? So, all that being said, let's get into it. So for those of you who didn't see my little Instagram stories, which is where y'all should be, because actually, no, I don't really post good Instagram stories, so maybe don't go follow my Instagram. Only if you like me and you want life updates. I posted, I don't know if I can make it bigger. I don't think I can. I posted the caption was basically like, you don't want a Twitter replacement, you wanted Facebook to do it. And so now we're going to discuss Twitter, social media, and expectations of developers day one. I think this is going to get like a little bit personal in terms of expectations of developers, because I think there's a lot of expectations on content creator and expectations on people in general. So it's probably going to get a little bit personal, but that's okay. We're all for it. Also, before we really, really, truly get into the topic at hand, I don't know if this matters to anyone else. You can, like, I don't know, put up your hand and chat if it does. But someone who just his whole career to me, I don't know why I'm using Twitter in a little thing. How do I look at my own Twitter profile? I got it. Never mind. Major Nelson is retiring from Xbox. I don't know. I grew up watching Larry Herb and all his coverage at Xbox. And like when I saw that tweet, like I did say in real life, like, ain't no fucking way. Like that's what I quote tweeted it with, but I said that in real life too. Like I was like, there's no way. Like Major Nelson has always been there, and it's going to be really different and really weird to see not him providing content. You saw that too, Kelly. Yeah, it's just, it's weird. You're a Halo girly. You'll get it. Like, yeah, it feels like a lot of, very slowly but surely, a lot of the people that I considered really important to the gaming industry are either coming out as not great people, as it turns out in the case of some of the Activision Blizzard employees, or they're just leaving the industry, and maybe both. And it feels like we're in a really weird place because indie games have been popular like for quite a while, obviously. That's just what they are. Their Stardew Valley really helped with a lot of that. Hades, we've talked a lot about indie games in the past. We know they're popular, they're big. And it kind of just feels like there's some really big shifts coming. Not bad ones per se, but big shifts. Which is actually a pretty interesting segue into our podcast because so when I decided I wanted to talk about threads and the metaverse and Facebook and Instagram and everything that Twitter had done, because we're kind of branching from just a video game podcast to more of like a tech podcast, tech games, and I guess content creation. We're covering a lot of that. And I'm okay with that being how the podcast is moving because those are really just general interests that I have, I suppose. And I think they all kind of combine into one another and they're overlapping more and more nowadays. But it really bothers me how Twitter is imploding. And it's not because I care about Twitter, because I'm going to be honest, I use Twitter the least out of any social media. I think people are really mean and gross and nasty on Twitter, and they need to grow up and treat each other like human beings with a little bit of respect. I don't think that's ever going to happen on a platform like Twitter, though. And so Elon Musk, when Elon Musk acquired Twitter, everyone kind of knew it was going to go bad. It was not going to be a good thing. There was a lot of freedom of speech returning to the platform and allowing people to talk about whatever they want. And we know from social medias in the past, including places like Twitch, there is certain freedom of speech that just gets away with murder. A huge one being anti-Semitism. You're just allowed to hate Jewish people if you want to on the internet. That's like completely fine by everyone, by every social media platform standards. It's fine. And that's a really, really disgusting thing that we have going on. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. But you're just allowed to hate certain groups of people. And no one will say anything. And if you post something that was, I don't know, against a different group that they've decided they want to protect, they would take it down. But the same thing, just rebranded for those groups that they don't care about. It doesn't matter. Sorry, that was a little hot out of the gate. But Elon Musk made a number of mistakes, one of which was definitely the verified blue check mark. I think that was the beginning of the end. He was attempting to monetize Twitter and get Twitter to bring in more cash flow, which I completely understand. I don't think making verified blue check marks was the right way to do it. Perhaps you could have done a paid version of Twitter where you had certain things. Maybe it just removes ads from the timeline, right? Well, that literally could have been it. That's what he could have done instead. But he didn't. That's fine. I'm not here to protect Twitter or vouch for it or pretend that it's the most important thing in the world. What I am here to do, and what I am upset about, is there were 4 or 5 replacements for Twitter that came out, and they were all smaller websites. You had Hive, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Spill. And Spill, I think, was the last one's name. So there's the 4 replacements, right? Blue Sky, Mastodon, Hive, and Spill. And then everyone slowly migrated to them. And there were a few issues. One of which was there was not enough server space. I think that was the issue that Mastodon had. They couldn't bring everyone who wanted to come in. Another was they were missing features that people expect to have on Twitter, because we just expect Twitter to function in a certain way, right? You expect all social media technology is predictable, if nothing else, provided there's not been any recent updates. It should be user-friendly and interactive. You load up Twitter, you look at your timeline, you interact, you maybe post a few tweets yourself, and there you go, you've looked at Twitter, right? I browse Twitter for local news sometimes. If there's nothing on the news yet and I know something has happened in my city, I will search up specific keywords to try and figure out what's going on, because chances are someone's posted it on Twitter. This has led to a number of issues over the years, of course. The 24 hours news cycle is mostly perpetuated by Twitter, which is a huge issue in of itself. But when I look at the way that people treated these Twitter replacements, where they would all sign up, and I'm pretty sure I have a Hive account. I will pull open my phone. I've got a little social media drawer right here. I do have a Hive account. I don't think anyone uses it. All that I have is just Hive posting things on the timeline. And I had 10 people minimum I knew who had gone onto Hive. And some of them posted nothing the entire time. Some of them posted, like, guess I'm on Hive, and that's it. I think I knew one person who tried to make Hive like a thing within a friend group, and that was it. So people would join, they would leave, and they'd go back to Twitter. Even though they kept, like, repeatedly, I have heard over the past 8 months, Twitter is dying, Twitter is dying, Twitter is dying. I attempted to Google because there's a very interesting article that came out, which we'll pull up right now, that CNBC dropped, saying Meta Threads engagement has dropped off since Red Hot debut, tracking firm says. Let's just... Hold on. I'm going to just hide that little piece of my screen. There we go. Look at that. We're doing it. Crushed it. Okay. So Meta Threads engagement has dropped off since Red Hot debut, tracking firm says. And this is by CNBC. The engagement on Threads has dropped dramatically. They had 100 million signups in just 5 days, which is absolutely extraordinary. It's pretty clear, again, the people were literally just waiting for a big company to do it. They wanted someone who knew what they were doing to replace the social media, even though we've all decided we don't really like Facebook and we don't really like Instagram anymore. And the reason why Instagram sucks, by the way, hi Tom. The reason why Instagram sucks, by the way, is because Instagram is like fitness influencers everywhere. Anytime I go onto the explore page, the only thing I get is fitness influencers or meme pages. And everyone says if you unfollow the fitness influencers, it'll be okay. The only people I follow who post fitness things are not fitness influencers. They're people that I know and I interact with. And I still just get, the only thing I get are meme pages and fitness influencers. Instagram is not meant for discoverability, in my opinion. Instagram is meant for your friends. And if you don't have friends that use Instagram and you don't have friends that want to engage or be interested in your content or your stories, then it's a completely invaluable tool. And Facebook is for groups and that's it. Or your mom. Like, I keep up with some of my family on Facebook and that's it. Like, and I'm in a group. I'm in a couple travel groups. There you go. So the Threads launch did break the internet, or at least the Sensor Tower models. Anthony Bartolacci, apologies, Anthony, I think I said your name wrong, managing director at Sensor Tower, a marketing intelligence firm, told CNBC. In the 10 plus years Sensor Tower has been estimating app installs, the first 72 hours of Threads was truly in a class by itself. So a significant pullback in user engagement. On Tuesday and Wednesday, the platform's numbers of daily active users were down 20% from Saturday. And the time spent per user was down 50%, from 20 minutes to 10 minutes. 10 minutes on social media. I don't think we comprehend how little that is, right? I have daily timers on my apps because I will just use social media consistently. I think Twitter's 5 minutes. Usually I only post if I have, like, I'll save my 5 minutes for if I'm going to post about going live on Twitch. Or I'm going to post about some new content that I've dropped. Otherwise, I'll go on, interact with a couple people, and move on with my day. Like, Twitter is not something that I sit there and scroll through because I just don't think it's good for your brain. And Facebook, I think, is maybe at 10 minutes because sometimes someone posts an album and I want to flick through the album, but I don't frequently use those 10 minutes. Reddit's at 30 minutes, and then I think Instagram might be at 30 as well, right? Like, I spend over an hour of my time on social media every single day. And most people do. And some people do it with only one social media. So to only have 10 minutes for Threads is just, like, incomprehensible. Like, 10 minutes. And people are just like, nah, I'm out. This isn't people being more careful about their social media usage. We're not doing that. We're in the age of TikTok where people will spend hours sitting on the couch. I do it. I take TikTok breaks from the TV that I'm watching. I watch like shorts or reels or something. I don't use TikTok, but I take TikTok breaks and I just sit there and watch the content like on my phone instead of watching the TV show I should be watching because I sat down to watch that. And we're like 10 minutes on Threads. That's it. That's it. I avoid TikTok or else time traveling. Honestly, cranky pants. Yeah, same. It's very addicting, and we know how to make content that is addicting. And I think as a sidebar, quickly, that's a really interesting part of content creation right now in the way that I feel is because I try and live my life as ethically as possible. Right now, a lot of people know I'm going through the struggle of I would really like to coach, and that's what I'm working towards right now, which it requires numerous steps, one of which is getting my GED. Look at that. Look at that big old book right there. I'd be studying. You can't see it because it's like glossed out, but it's a GED book. Look at that. Gonna get high school certified. But I would really like to coach and I'd like to go back to university. And the one thing that I continually struggle with is I just keep saying, I don't know if there's an ethical sport out there. And everyone I talk to is like, there isn't. Like you just have to pick and you have to do your job in the most ethically complete way that you can. And it's like, I can do that. I can do that. But it's frustrating for sure. So with content creation and it being ethical, do you try and addict your users to your content? Do you try and pull people in for hours at a time, making reels that will get people interested in watching them, making things that will just continue to keep people on the app? Because the longer you keep people on the app, specifically YouTube, the more the algorithm rewards you. Do you do that, or do you just make content that you believe in, that you think is good? And I'm learning more and more that I don't think I want to engage with the type of crowds where I'm just trying to addict people. Because also those are where the mean comments come from, in my opinion. That is the people who just scroll endlessly. Those are the people that are going to make really mean content, like comments about you, and contribute just this vitriolic and hateful tone in your comment section. That's not what you want. The thing about Threads, though, and the thing that's really interesting to me, is there's been some pushback. Now, does anyone here have Threads? Can someone in chat help me out a little bit? Because I was under the impression that Threads is missing certain features that it should have to essentially be, if we're going to talk about this being a Twitter clone, there are certain features that are just gone. The explore option is not very good. I thought there was something about either like retweets or maybe like comment chains can't be done. Even though I thought the whole point of Threads was to literally almost make like an RSS feed where it's like just you and your friends like talking about something. It's my understanding Threads currently feels like the Instagram comment section, but they put it on Threads. Your feed is like a For You page. You can't only just see your friends just yet. Oh, well, we don't like that. Facebook's been really bad about that recently, though. Or sorry, Meta. And threading sucks. Threading sucks on Threads. Okay, threading sucks on Threads. That's a little bit backwards, isn't it? The thing is, right? And we've talked about this a bit before, but the thing is like, they're waiting to build out the Explore, Friends, and Trending parts because the algorithm in Twitter and others creates a pipeline for popular topics that was really fueled by Russian bots. I thought you said bread, so as a baker, I thought it's my time to shine. Cranky Pants, do you have a favorite thing that you like to bake? They like specifically are waiting to do this right, but they admitted it will take a lot more work to get there. Okay. So Facebook. I'm just at the point where I'm kind of wondering why the Twitter girly goos are trusting Meta and they're trusting Facebook to get this right. because we're mad at Facebook because we don't see enough of our friends' content, right? If you load up your Facebook feed, and it's not for lack of people posting, because I often will like go look at someone's profile and I just haven't seen their stuff that they posted 2 weeks ago. That never came up in my feed at all. So we're mad at Facebook because we don't get to see what our friends post, right? They're just showing us random ads or random groups or whatever. And then we're mad at Instagram because it's been taken over by fitness influencers or people just trying to make their TikTok brands a little bit bigger by having a TikTok account, a YouTube short account, and an Instagram account. And now we're like, you know what? If we let them replace Twitter, good to go. They're going to crush it. They're going to get it right. You're not going to be able to see your friends' content. It's probably going to get taken over by weird fitness people again. I don't know what it is about Instagram and fitness people on Instagram, but it's going to get taken over by them, okay? That I don't know if there are any metrics out there. I would love to know them of how much of Instagram is just fitness accounts. And there's nothing wrong with them for the most part. There are people who spread misinformation and are causing problems, but for the most part, there's nothing wrong with them. I don't have a secret agenda against Instagram fitness accounts. I just think it's really, really weird that like that's what the social media pushes now is like Fitstagram. And it feels like that's all what it pushes because everyone I know gets them consistently in their feed. Cranky Pants likes to make pies, but you have a weakness for the smell of baguette fresh out of the oven. Oh, that sounds very good. I listened to this story one time when I was trying to learn French once, and it was like a beginner French lesson. So they give you context in English, but then some of the stories in French. And it was about actually this very young man who won the baguette contest in France, where like he gets to be an official supplier for someone. I think it's like a royalty. So, but there's a fun fact. It was a neat story, but it doesn't go anywhere besides that. And I think another my explore page on Instagram is Korean bodybuilders and Kirby fan artists. I don't know what I did. Okay, the Kirby fan artists I get. I actually do, Tom. You post a lot of Kirby themed content. That's the algorithm sending you a read. I don't understand the Korean bodybuilders. You did something to get there. I have a lot of Korean bodybuilders, but that's because I follow people from Physical 100, that TV show. Like I follow like Sexy Ama and a couple, I think the strong man that was in it and a couple other people. Like I specifically follow Korean athletes, so I get why I get them. I don't get why you get them. Maybe it's just a location based thing. They're like, Tom's in Tokyo, they're in Korea. Let's make it happen. I'm gonna blame you. All right, yeah. Why not? I'll send you more. I'll send you more like posts by them and infect your account. We'll go with that. But anyways, there's this odd feeling as we're watching the Threads and Twitter thing going on with. Okay, hold on, Ashley. I'm gonna read this paragraph before I pop off. Thank you for the pin. I think what matters with Meta is who is leading the project. Meta is so big now, and it really depends on who is the project lead now. It seems the target audience isn't so much the visual people / reels people on Instagram, but I think it's the micro blogger people on Facebook and Insta that really want on Threads. That to me makes sense. I've been getting a lot of micro influencers on my feed recently, like in my reels, and I think it's very interesting how they're getting the game, if that makes sense. I know Piper is not in chat. I was thinking about Piper though, and how Piper Honey, who's a Twitch streamer that I follow and content creator, she worked in like social media stuff and something about microbloggers. I don't know. It's really freaking hot in here. Don't judge me. Anyways, it's frustrating because to me it's also it's a privacy thing, right? We know Facebook isn't good. We know everybody is not good, like basically. Everybody's not good when it comes to privacy. Apple claims that it's the best, and Google claims that it's the best. Google has literal voice logs of you talking to your Google or talking near your phone, just random recordings that it takes. Apple does the same thing. There's I believe it's a dark web place that you can go to download everything you've ever said in Call of Duty. Basically, there are just voice logs, voice recordings out there. We know that privacy isn't good. A lot of people have deleted their Facebook because they don't like what's going on. And when Facebook purchased WhatsApp, there was a huge outcry of data breaching, of data selling, of this, and this. Completely forgotten about it, it feels like. And now we're just like, yeah, I want to join a social media that if I join and I don't like it, to delete my account, I have to delete my entire Instagram account. There's no going back. Once you hit, I'm on Threads, you're on Threads. Like, that's it. I don't know what I'm missing on Threads. I don't feel like I'm missing a lot. I feel like I'm missing what my Twitter timeline was, basically, which is no shade to anyone here, not that exciting. Occasionally, someone posts something really cool, and I go, that was really cool, or that was really funny. I don't, for the most part, feel like I'm missing anything, though, at all. And so we have this huge privacy data issue. We have this huge issue of just trusting Meta, who's let us down on multiple social media platforms. And we also have the issue of some of these platforms were actually pretty good. They had rocky launches, but doesn't every developer on the first day? A lot of people I'm involved with are in the gaming community, and we know that day one patches are to be expected at this point. We know that everyone just... There's going to be problems, guys. You can't launch something live and expect it to go well and just be like, this is perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. That being said, I do want to talk about that. I'm going to take like a quick 5 though, because I'm just really hot. I need to turn on my fan for like 5 minutes. I need to go stand in front of the air conditioner. I will be right back. We're not doing what we did last time where I just got drenched in sweat. I don't need to pretend that I'm part of like a live band or something in here. That would be awful. I'll be right back. I'm just going to save my project. By the way, I don't know what happened. I put all my Audacity projects in completely random parts of my computer. I'm going to have to spend like a weekend hunting down like everything for this podcast that I've done. So that's going to be awful. This one, we're talking about Twitter and Threads. So I'll save that. I'll be right back. Let me put on some music. Tell me the best meal you've ever had or something in the chat box while you wait. I don't know. Do something good with your life. That's not pressure at all. Do something good. Hold on. I'll put on... This is my favorite Zelda song. Oh, oh, there we go. Okay, I hit like 5 wrong screens. It's fine. Just woke up and I missed it all. Ivy, the screen said AFK. The screen said AFK. Ivy, I hope you're doing great. I see you've been to many festivals recently, so good on you. Enjoy it. Okay, Tom, you had Indian food today, cheese naan. But is that the best food you've ever had? Your brain is fried. 2 more shows to go. I imagine. I don't think... I went to one and I was like, nah, I'm good. I went to the Foo Fighters, for anyone who didn't hear. I went to the Foo Fighters. They were really good. I really enjoyed my time. Okay, so I went and stood in front of the air conditioner and like just like I don't know if this is too personal to share. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I just like lifted up my shirt and just like hung out in front of the air conditioner and was like just absorb the cool air into me. And then I was like, I can do this. I'm good. I can do this. My brain can refocus itself. I got this. One thing that I thought about though, as we were talking about expectations. Oh, I should resume my recording. Okay. We were talking about expectations of developers. I'm trying to think of the word. Okay, we're talking about expectations of developers day one. There was this incredible documentary that came out like a long time ago. Let me make sure this tab is muted. 8 years ago now. Sorry, that is a long time in my mind. And it's called Looking for Group. It's a World of Warcraft documentary. And it's all about just like the creation of World of Warcraft, everything that happened. I know Blizzard's kind of a yucky company right now, but we're just going to accept that we're talking about this right now. And there is this part where they talk about Cataclysm. So the Gates of Ank'Rai is way too early for Cataclysm, I think. I don't know if I'll be able to like skim and find this. Probably not, so I don't know why I'm trying. But there we go. So Burning Crusade Cataclysm. This is what I want. Now, the really interesting thing about Cataclysm, and you want to talk about developers' day one expectations. Cataclysm was the concept and how they decided to actually launch Cataclysm, as they brought all the engineering staff in like at once. And we're like, we're going to all stay up because we might break the game. And they had overlaid Cataclysm over top of the old World of Warcraft world. Didn't back it up. They didn't have the capacity or something to back it up back then. And we're just like, okay, don't break. They just like rewrote the game. And we're like, we're going to hit launch. We can't beta test this. And we're going to hope. And it worked. And it worked really well. And Cataclysm is unfortunately when World of Warcraft started to drop off subscribers. So it wasn't a great expansion by any means. But they did it. And I don't think anyone would have ever expected them to do that. Kelly, I'm looking at this Loop earplugs. Let me know. Let me know if they're good. I've been really interested in that. Anyways. So, the expectation of World of Warcraft developers, for instance, is it's going to go off without a hitch. The expectation of Facebook is it's going to go off without a hitch. When you play something like Stardew Valley, though, or you play something, or you like join a small social media platform like Mastodon or Hive or Blue Sky, despite the fact that they haven't taken off fully yet, we don't have this same expectation. And I think it's a little confusing. And it's confusing to me that the expectations vary so greatly because, like, software is software. Whether you're a team of 1 or a team of 100, you're never going to find all the bugs. You don't know what the bugs are going to be. You just have to hope that you get most of them and you don't have anything that breaks the game and people will understand. So our expectations are so different. And then even with our expectations being that different, though, why are people going back to Twitter? What happened? If Twitter is dying, what are we doing? It reminds me of the idea of It reminds me the idea of oh, what is it? I had it and now it's gone. I'm just gonna sit and think for a while. No, I'm kidding. We'll talk about something else. Q Cyberpunk launch, honestly, and I'm pretty sure that company's notorious for launching broken games. And there are a few, and then, right? So expectations. World of Warcraft has to be perfect day one. Stardew Valley doesn't. Cyberpunk doesn't because it's made by a company who breaks things all the time. Red Dead Redemption doesn't because it's by a company who breaks things all the time. Witcher 3 doesn't because it's by a company who just breaks things all the time. We get this expectation in our head that the game's going to be broken, but we'll pre-order it anyways because in a year or two it's going to play well. You're going to pre-order a game and wait 2 years to play it in a non-broken state. Are you kidding me right now? Is this what we're actually doing? Is this what society has decided? Okay, the Twitter thing reminds me of I got the thought back. The Twitter Facebook argument currently reminds me of Twitch versus YouTube. We know that Twitch dominates the social media streaming space, if you will. I guess people have things like Facebook Live, not Facebook Live, Instagram Live and TikTok Live, but those feel like different social media platforms. It's more about this is a content creator who's already creating something that you like, and so they go live and you can just have like a nice little chat and connect closer with them. Twitch and Facebook Gaming and YouTube Live are the concept of I'm going live specifically to create the content for you. Like we're doing this, and there's gonna be like 5 hitches along the way, but we're just gonna do it, and we're gonna pretend that it's fine. We've been saying like, me. I don't know if this is the appropriate way to use the royal we or not, but I have been saying for a long time, Twitch is dying. It's gonna go down. It's not gonna happen overnight, and it's very preventable. And I don't think that like we need to panic about it because there are good things that. I guess the difference is. Sorry for shaking everything, by the way, when I decided to move my chair, but I guess the difference is that Twitter doesn't have a replacement in there. There's nothing there and available for us to go and scream at people and look at Russian bots and do whatever we want to do on Twitter. Twitch does. And so it doesn't matter if Twitch goes under because everyone will just migrate to YouTube Live or kick streaming if they're like a feral child, I guess. But they'll all migrate to YouTube Live and it'll move on. That'll be that. With Twitter, it's just like when Twitter's done, it's done. And part of me wonders if the reason why Twitter is so immensely popular, because again, like to me, it's really about like keeping updated with people's like almost more businessy things, like content creation things or companies or news outlets or news in your area. It's not about a personal connection on Twitter. Where do Twitter people go though, right? Like, are we striving for a personal connection so much in today's modern world that we need Twitter? We need those 140 characters to just blurt out whatever it is we want to blurt out? What's going on? What is even the appeal of Twitter? I'm going to have an existential crisis doing this. Sorry. Okay. Does anyone want to talk about Twitter more? Because I don't. I'm mad. I'm mad about Twitter. I'm mad about Twitter. I'm mad about Threads. I'm mad about the fact that people don't want to support independent, fun, cool, kooky social media. I'm mad. That's it. Okay, Tom, I think the appeal is for me coming across news, new memes, and new streamers. It was the new memes that got me. Tom uses Twitter for memes. You heard it here first. Actually, I like Twitter for memes too. That's a good point. I actually do really like it for the memes. But yeah, it's news, memes, and new streamers. I think you're right. I think the streamer space is really underutilized on Twitter. I think part of the problem with the streamer space, though, at least from my perspective, is the circles that it's been looping me into. It is everyone just deciding to quit. There's this weird thing going on with content creation. I don't know if we've talked about this in other podcasts, but I feel like a lot of people are burning out. Like a significant number. This is not... People always come and go from the content creation space. There will always be people who are like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. This feels like almost every person I've seen is either taking an extended hiatus or just leaving. Like I just want to ask everyone if they're okay. Like, you good, fam? Obviously not, but you good, fam? I think there's twofold reasons for it. Like, I think one of them is sometimes you just do content creation because it's fun at the time, and then you're like, I actually don't want to do this anymore. Even if it's like an important part of your life and you've made a lot of friends doing it and yada yada, you're just like, I just don't want to anymore. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with moving on from a hobby. I have so many abandoned hobbies. Like, I have knitting needles somewhere under my bed. I have an accordion. Like, I have juggling balls behind me on the shelf somewhere. I think there. I have like old juggling balls and decks of cards and magic books, and like I am the queen of abandoning all your kooky little hobbies. But it also feels like I forgot about the accordion Tom. I didn't. I actually as a brief sidebar here, this is going to be a bitch of an episode to edit eventually, just like clipping out all the random things that I'm including. The accordion, I really want to get back into playing it actually, and like getting like more into it. But with my hand, I showed off my hand and my bruise earlier. I don't think you can see very well on the camera. I can't twist my hand that way. This is like really swollen though, like right in here. Like it's like a big swollen bruise. So I did not punch someone, not this time. I have actually though when I've gone to like any like kickboxing class before, I usually like my knuckles bruise from work all the time. I don't know why. Like these two are bruised right now, but when I've gone, like all the knuckles, just like everything, it's bruised. But no, I didn't punch anyone. I have like an injury from like the first day of work this year. The first day back to work, I injured my hand, and we're still on the healing train, and it is July. It happened in April. It's actually very frustrating. So it's been a little on and off the journey, and I'm on modified work duty again, and I'm hoping to play the accordion again soon. Dude, you fought Dave Grohl. I feel like I could have. Honestly, like, I haven't, like, actually really talked about this concert at all. Like, I put a little bit on. I'm gonna pause my podcast recording on Audacity real quick. I haven't talked about it really at all, but when I went to the music festival that I did, first of all, I saw a really cool band that was just, like, kooky, crazy wild, and had, like, trombones everywhere. I don't really know what that was about. But someone in my family was like, oh, I've seen them live multiple times. Okay. They're like, I'm really glad you enjoyed them. I did. The great live performance, but it was very odd to just walk up to the stage because there were like multiple stages. Walk up to the stage and there's just like 15 trombones. And I was like, huh? What are we doing? And then synchronized dancing started and a saxophone came out. What? Anyways, it was fun. It was really cool to see. But I had heard like Foo Fighters live before, like a lot. I listened to like some of their live performances and things like, well, Everlong is my favorite song. Like my absolute favorite. I do not like a deep cut for Foo Fighters. That is not it's not like some weirdo random song. And I'm like, oh shoot, they didn't play it. Like it's one of their most popular songs. I just think it's a really good song. And I was enjoying the concert. Dave Grohl screamed the whole time. I don't think he sang once. He was just like, we're gonna keep screaming, guys. And I was like, okay, like, I'm into it. I was really surprised though at how much things have changed in concerts. I haven't been to a concert in probably like 10 or 11 years, so it's been a really long time. No one moshes anymore. That was a little alarming to me. It was Midwestern dad vibes everywhere. It was 60 to 80% was probably older guys in hats, their arms folded like this. That's how they watched the whole concert. Are you good? Like, I was like, you are seeing the Foo Fighters live. Are you okay? And the young ones had their cell phones out and they were just like, are you also okay? Like, are you okay? And occasionally, if they were really into a song, all of a sudden you would just get, hold on. And then they might like move it back and forth a little bit. And they're like, all right. And they put their phone away and go back on like a Snapchat or something. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, I was very into it. I was drenched in sweat. I probably smelled disgusting. I screamed so loud I could barely place my Tim Hortons order the next morning. It was a great time for me. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if the people around me enjoyed how much I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it. We're all old now. Different bands have different audiences. I completely expect that. I'm actually a little disappointed I didn't go see Weezer because their audience looked bumpin'. Like, I was like, oh yeah. I heard it was a little rough, and I was like, that's what I wanted. That's like actually the experience I wanted, but it's fine. Yeah, the festival crowds felt weird. I don't know. I wasn't super into it. I was like, okay, well, you guys do you, I guess. I'm here for a great live show, so you got to go to a concert with me if you want to see a mosh pit. Kelly, I really want to see a mosh pit. I love mosh pits. There was one crowd surfer at Foo Fighters, so that was fun. But I got to like the end of we got to the end of the Foo Fighters, and they had played like a number of songs that like got people really like pumped up. Monkey Wrench was really fun. Like, everyone was super into it. And we get to the end, and there's only 10 minutes left, and they play a song, and they're like, okay, we have 3 minutes left. We're going to make it count. And I was like, all right, like, this is it. This is the last hurrah. And the guitar riff for Everlong started, and I fucking lost my shit. I was so excited. So I had a really good time with that. And I got to see the song that I wanted to see live, and then I made my way home, and I saw bagpipes on the way out, which was a little weird, and some guy playing a violin. He sounded very good though, so it was overall a good experience. Glad I went by myself. I actually really enjoyed not having to like worry about anybody, so that was fun. I'm seeing Metallica and Avenged Sevenfold this year. Kelly's gonna see some mosh pits. When I saw them in Toronto years ago, they started with Everlong, and I saw there were people crying during My Hero, like, for sure. And I almost started crying because there was like a mom and daughter in front of me who started crying, and I was like, am I gonna start crying because of this random mom and daughter crying? Yeah, Bagpipe Guy was a huge post-fest highlight. I had a really good time. I think the guy on violin was like playing Vivaldi or something, like one of the seasons, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, what's happening? And then there was a guitar guy that I tried to take a video of, but I accidentally took a video of a super drunk guy who couldn't stand upright. So I didn't put that on my Instagram stories. I was like, that's fine. No one needs to know about that. We'll leave that man to be embarrassed on his own time. But yeah, no, I had like a super good time at the concert. I think I'd go again to another concert sometime soon, maybe, but I'm also really, really old, and it was actually a lot to go to the concert. When I got home, I probably fell asleep around 12:30, and then I was up at like 6 for work. So that was a little rough. Going to my manual labor job afterwards, I was like, okay, I can do this. I hope Bagpipe Guy is there Sunday night again. I think he's been there every night, Ivy. I think you're gonna see Bagpipe Guy. I could never. Tom, no, it was a time. And my colleague told me, because I pick up my like co-supervisor like on the way, because they're on the way to the meeting spot, and I'm in the work truck. And they were like, I do not want to see you till 6:45. You go live your best life. We will just make it in time. Like, you don't worry. Are you going for Mr. Worldwide? Last time I took a pain pill before I went to a concert as a preventative measure. Tom. You literally took like an ibuprofen. Are we all doing okay? I'm a senior citizen. No, you're not. Oh, Callie will be doing this. Ashley apparently would have done it if she went to Foo Fighters with me. There you go. This one from being, by the way, like a sibling event to no one went, because when Foo Fighters were announced originally, I was like, oh, the Foo Fighters are coming, cool, but I'm gonna be at TwitchCon Paris, which I didn't end up going to, so I won't. But then two of my siblings were gonna go, and then I was like, JK, I'm going, and then no one went, and I was like, I'll go by myself, and I had a great time. There were some people that really wanted a hot dog in front of me. I don't know what that was about. I wanted to go, but work is too busy. That's fair. You have an excuse. You have an excuse. And I guess the other one has a child, so they have an excuse too, but Ivy, you can be okay. Ivy, Tom, and I should all go to a concert together. That's my pitch. We'll go to Tokyo and we'll go see someone. I don't know who. Okay, bet. Music is the only thing keeping me on this earth is medicine. Ivy, honestly, I think I'd believe that from your little like Instagram stories, and I've never known someone who goes to this many concerts. Like it's alarming. I'm consistently worried about you. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was being brave going alone, Tom. I went to like a whole other country alone. I was like, bye bitches, going across the world. Like I was just like another average day. I would love to see a K-pop band actually live. I would really like to see, I think like a woman group, because like we don't get girl groups anymore, do we? It was well, last one would have been like Spice Girls or something. Blackpink, no idea who they are. But I would see them. I think I'm over my rock phase and into my folk and pop era. I don't think I'll ever be over my rock phase. I was meant to be a metal girly. If I am not listening to like BYOB on a regular basis, like there is something wrong with me. That's how I feel. I went down to Vermont alone last night for Julia Jacqueline. Excellent time. I'm still in all my phases. Ivy, you went to Vermont? Ivy, are you okay? Like, honestly, Ashley, yeah, Ivy's just jetting around for concerts. What's happening? She's playing the fest tonight if you want to see her. Ivy, oh my gosh. No, I do not. I do not want to go back to that. Ivy, I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering from like Wednesday, basically. Like, I'm not okay. You know who else is playing? Mr. Worldwide. I seriously considered, I was telling people, like, I was going to do a 3-day pass. Like, and one of the ones that I was like, maybe was Mr. Worldwide. I was like, maybe I could do Pitbull. I think he'd be fun. I actually don't hate Pitbull. I think I would have enjoyed it, but we don't need that. It's sold out. I can't even get in. Oh, I'm sure it's a great show, except for the freaking the sound has been so weird. You bought the whole fest pass, but you're only going to 3 nights. Well, I mean, you're in Vermont and like other places of the world right now, so you could rent my sisters for tonight if you want. Unfortunately, my pass is here with me in Quebec City. You're just like, I can get you there, Alana. I can get you there. I do not need to go. I do not need to go. I'm okay. Thank you. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with the sound because I did start, I noticed it and it feels like it's just at the one stage though, because I noticed that like the serious stage and um the other one, the river stage sounded pretty good. And then you get to the RBC stage, which is like the main stage, and you're like, bros, I can't even. I think I genuinely feel that's why Dave Grohl screamed the whole time. Maybe he just likes to scream. That's also fine. But, you know, you could sing once in a while. We could have just like a nice time singing, not screaming. Well, what are you going to do though, right? What are you going to do? No, he's a screamer at every show, but I've heard him live and I've seen really nice like clips of him just singing. This isn't a joke. Like Foo Fighters just singing. At the rail it sounded fine because I ruined my hearing. Ivy. Well, maybe that's where they did the sound tech from. Like they had some guy just like standing at the rails and we're like, okay, it sounds really good. I actually forgot earplugs when I went to the Foo Fighters, and one of my favorite movies, maybe like top 10, honestly. And it's like this indie movie, so I'm not even sure like I'd recommend it to everyone that I know. Is on Prime. Oh my gosh, that was really freaking loud. Sorry. I'm just trying to show you the trailer. Oh, we're just talking about this now. This is fine. It's on Prime.
You sound great.
Yeah, right.
What? You're feeling it? You're in it.
It's called Sound of Metal. Can you guys hear this okay?
Your hearing is deteriorating rapidly.
We'll come back. Till then, Lou, we just keep going, okay?
No.
Lou,
No.
let's play tomorrow. Let's see what it's like, okay? I'm gonna be like a click track. You can play to me.
You have to understand, your first responsibility is to preserve the hearing you have.
I can't hear you. Do you understand me? I can't. I'm deaf. I'm deaf.
I know everyone like talks about Coda
Found a
being
place.
like really good for like
I think it's important that you stay here with us right now, Ruben.
for like the deaf community and whatever, like, and awareness, but like this film like blew my mind.
We're looking for a solution to this. Not this.
I need you to wait for me, okay? You're it for me, Lou. You're my heart. You're it for me, okay? You gotta wait for me. Trying to save my life.
Ruben, the world does keep moving. It can be a damn cruel place. But those moments of stillness, when this crappy, mundane world suddenly becomes radiant and magnificent, all the fear is gone. That place will never abandon you.
Like, so I know a couple people in the comments were saying like they've seen this movie like just recently. This movie fucking changed my whole opinion like on hearing protection, especially like protect your fucking hearing, but also just like there's a lot of nuances that it deals within the deaf community, and I think it was done really beautifully. And it was like I cried like watching this film. The end, like I will not say anything about it, but it will. I think it can make most people cry. Okay, so can we look at the Tamagotchi Uni 5? Yes. Okay, Tamagotchi Uni. Hold on. Tamagotchi Uni is an upcoming virtual pet set to be released by Bandai Toys in 2023. It is the first color screen Tamagotchi device to have a simultaneous global release. And I saw Extremely Mild has been lurking. Thank you for the lurk, Extremely Mild. I super appreciate it. And yes, it was a fantastic movie. I remember the deaf community quite like the Quiet Place representation. Hell yeah, Cranky. Like, let's get him in there. Okay, so Unitama. Every Tamagotchi character, regardless of species that's raised, will develop a personality all of its own. That's cool. Okay, look up videos on YouTube. Yeah, I got you. Tamagotchi Uni. Maybe I should for my depression. Okay, let's look at this trailer for Tamagotchi Uni.
Tamagotchi Uni.
This is very much a child's ad. Like, you can tell. It's exciting. I don't know what it means, though. Okay, this guy, Luke's Life, seems to really know what the happening is. Now, but this, though, does this show us the toy? It's not in English. Hold on. Oh, it's right here. Look at this. There's no batteries, but look at this. I've still got this one. We had like older school ones, but this was the ones where you could like connect to other Tamagotchis, and it has like its memory, so I can like just play and I have my old Tamagotchi that died a while ago because I neglected it. If that makes sense. Tom, I cannot speak any Japanese. You know this. Except for what I was getting when I was getting on the train, like back from the festival that I went to. Canadians are way too polite. They were not packed in there at all. They were just like, no, we're just going to like wait for the next one. And I was like, I'm getting on that train. I am getting in there. And I just like crammed my way on. I was like, y'all, like, I will push you in if I have to. We are getting on this train. Why are we taking a bath with our Tamagotchi? What? Are you sure you're not a Montrealer at heart? I might be. If I knew French, I think I'd really like Montreal. Okay, this guy... This is a 9-minute review. Shout out to Luke's Life, but this is a 9-minute review. It's a watch? Ashley, did you know this?
Overall, I wore it on a watch because I feel, I don't know, it's either I just don't like watches, but this device in itself just feels really,
it's very
really
clunky.
chunky, so it's not something that I would
That's a big
tend to
watch.
kind of
I've got a
grab
watch
and
that's
put
not
on,
charged over
especially around
here
the house, just
for
because I feel like
comparison.
it's
Hold
really
on.
bulky, but also going
Ignore
out and
how
about,
dirty it
especially
is.
with it being summer and hot. I did wear it, as I say, today,
See?
just for like half an hour, and when I took it off,
This
I
is
noticed,
white,
like,
by the
back
way.
of it was like sweaty, which I know is a bit gross, but also
I don't want to talk about
a
it.
bit concerned if the sweat gets into the device, it could potentially break it. So first of all, let's talk about some things that we...
We're waiting for Ashley. She's on an ad. We're just going to hang out here for a minute. I don't have any good stories for you guys. I've passed most of them on, I think, at this point. So, update on the African Violet. Not doing great. We got 2 little leaves in here that are... They're going to have to come off. Oh, they actually fell off at some point, I think. So that would explain a lot. So they're dead. African violets are tricky because when their leaves go, you can't really recover them. So if they go, they go. So she lost some leaves. Oh, fuck. I think she lost 4. We'll see if that one will be okay. And then you can see the sun crispiness still. I think it needs Miracle Grow. I think I need to repot it and give it some Miracle Grow, and we'll see if we get any blooms off of it. But it's been really hot, so it hasn't been like easy to get it some air. So some sun, I mean. That's basically air for plants, I think. It's not, but you know what I mean. Okay, you're back.
We love about the design.
We're going to continue on.
Overall, I do love the design. It's definitely more on the traditional.
Let's define chunky soil, Kelly. Is chunky soil like lava rocks? Am I making a mix? What am I using?
Traditional Tamagotchi root, the size of it in terms of like the thickness. But however, I do think I personally prefer the Tamagotchi pick size. Yes, it's bulkier, but there was something about kind of like sitting down after a long day at work and just getting cozy on the sofa and kind of physically holding it. It almost...
What? Is this what people are doing? They're getting cozy on the sofa and playing fucking Tamagotchi? Isn't the point of Tamagotchi is like this little thing so I can like put it on my keys? Some people run 5 Tamagotchis at a time. There ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Some days I would be able to play it. Some days it was like I was a ghost and my fingers were just invisible. So definitely having the buttons back on the device is a win-win for me. The next thing I want to talk about is the physical screen. For me personally, it's one of the most clearest screens
I don't know if I want to go to Reddit Tamagotchi.
Now, earlier this week I started up an original Tamagotchi and I totally forgot that it wasn't lit at all. So when it come to night time, I was like trying to sit by a lamp, trying to use my phone to kind of see what was going on. Whereas this is obviously backlit, so you can use it and enjoy the item.
Is Luke's life
Overall, the
a Tamagotchi
gameplay is
reviewer?
really fun. Obviously, there's a lot of menus and there's a lot of different places to explore, like the arcade, the mall, and then obviously the Tamaverse.
It's 4 videos.
Is a brand new world that is part of the Tamagotchi uni. I do feel that more will come when the official launch happens on the 15th of July. But at the moment, there's still so many areas for me to personally explore. And I'm still...
This came out today. You could get a Tamagotchi today. Is there one in stock nearby? You could just go get one. Tama influencers are a small niche. Okay, Kelly, you told me to mix succulent soil and regular soil or use just succulent soil. African violets like to have water but don't like their roots being wet. Well, that's annoying as hell. And ivy adds perlite. Okay, I've seen perlite before. Like, we've put them in people's planters outside. So, sorry, sir. Your review will pause it. I'm just a little confused. How are Tamagotchi still selling? What is this? Because of these people. Look at this person. They got like 4 things. No, 6 things. They got a Tamagotchi smartwatch thing, a Tamagotchi, and 4 Tamasma cards. What is a Tamasma card? I know, $60 whole. Kelly, imagine being a child and wanting a Tamagotchi and it's $60. What is the Tamagotchi Smart? What is this? Okay, it's a different settings you can plug into it, but it's only in Japan. Oh, this person has some V5s they're bringing back from the dead. How many Tamagotchis are there? Hold on. Tamagotchi versions. Oh, this will not be helpful. Look at these. There's 5 versions of the original design. Pix, Pix Party, Uni, Smart, Angel, Devil, Hello Kitty ones connect, etc. Angel Devil? What? Oh, look at this. You can get a Pac-Man Tamagotchi. What is happening? I don't know what we're looking at, if I'm being honest. Seven years old? Does that mean they've had it for 7 years? Or the Tamagotchi's just 7 years old? Angel and Devil are the OG ones, but there's Devil Tamas and Angel Tamas. They're really hard to take care of. Okay. So I know for a while, like the TikTok girlies were putting their Y'all see this? Look at this. How many fucking Tamagotchis is this? They're not okay. They're not okay. This is a lot. Look, oh, look at how chunky. Are these the pixel ones here? Oh. These big boys. I feel like that would like fill out your hands. I thought, okay, so I know the children are putting the Tamagotchis on their water bottles. And then anytime it goes off, they drink water bottle and they take care of their Tamagotchi, okay? I know that's a thing. I'm just very stressed out. Oh, this person needs help identifying the model. Looks like an Australian version of the Connection V6 music star. Did they just know this? Or did they look it up? I have so many questions. Oh no, this person forgot their Tamagotchi at work. Oh, this person's wife? Okay, hold on. We gotta read this. I left my Tam at work. It just evolved to an adult, and it's their first character. Okay, go off. I didn't want to have it die or run away, so I opted to call my coworker that was still there and put it on pause. Excuse me? Another option I was considering was to drive 30 minutes back to get it. An option my wife was okay, but not really with. No, of course your wife is not okay with you driving for an hour to go get a fucking Tamagotchi. I would pause it too, Tom, but I'm a little like... Huh. This person couldn't find the Tamagotchi at work. Guys, I don't know what to do with this discovery. Is this a new subreddit that I browse sometimes? I don't even like... I turn on my Tamagotchi like for like 2 months, once a year or something, and then I leave. No, I won't want a Tamayuni because I know myself with Tamagotchis and I take care of them for like 2 weeks and then I pause it and then I wasted a battery on the Tamagotchi. I know myself. Also, I couldn't take a Tamagotchi to a friggin' manual labor job. Could you imagine? Hold on, I need to stop gardening for a moment. I have to take care of my Tamagotchi. All right. Hi, Louise. We're talking about Tamagotchis apparently now. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So, wait, we talked about this at the start. We need to talk about it again at the end. So that nobody feels left out and like they don't know the information, what's going on. I don't know. You should join the Tamagotchi Uni Discord, Ashley. I don't know. Like, frick. What are we doing? So way back when this podcast was announced, which was December, I believe. I think we started December or January. Maybe it was January. I think I started streaming as a joke in December again, and then I was like, oh, I actually like streaming now. So, January, we talked about doing a podcast, and I said that it was going to be one season to start, and we were going to see what happened, and then I would edit the episodes, and then I'd have a backup, and then I could do them live, and da-da-da. Well, everything kind of snowballed, and we went from doing 5 episodes to I think this is our 10th episode. So that's like 10 weeks. Okay, we've been hanging out for like 10 weeks now. We had a brief pause, obviously, for when I went to Japan. But we are doing this is it. This is the season finale. I'm putting it on pause. Not streaming. I will still be going live on Twitch. I actually just want to like play more games and like get to like hang out a little bit more and not be as consumed by YouTube as I currently am. So we're putting the podcast on pause probably until December, at which point I'm hoping to have more people lined up as guests, because it's just like tough to schedule things when I'm not doing podcasts, pausing podcasts and Tamagotchi, but you're podcast queen. Thank you, Tom. So we will still be live with like video games, and I haven't actually streamed video games in a while with you guys. I tried playing Yakuza and I was like, nah, I changed my mind. Don't get me wrong. Like I actually really enjoyed my time with Yakuza, but I have a feeling Yakuza is a game that it's like one of those things you'd like play on the couch with like on your Xbox or something. It's not like a streamy game, at least not for me. So I'm not going to be streaming again until next Friday, but July 21st is an important and glorious day because Pikmin 4 comes out. So I pre-ordered it. I know I'm like, don't pre-order games. It's bad, blah, 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 etc., etc. I think I talked about that in episode 2. Whatever. We're doing it. We pre-ordered Pikmin 4, and I will be playing that a lot. We're going to do I call them like no death runs. So anytime a Pikmin dies, we just like go back to the start of the day if we have to. I think this Pikmin will have multiple save points, actually, it looks like throughout the day, though. So anytime a Pikmin dies, we're just going to go back. I don't know how it's going to go because when I played the demo, I did comment on the dog feels a little clunky, the controls for it. So I'm nervous, but we're going to get through it together. So we did play the demo already. We have a little bit of progress in the game, but on Friday, so like 6 days away, we'll play Pikmin in the evening after I'm done work. And then we'll play it on the weekends, of course, too. I'm so freaking excited. And then in September, we'll be playing Pikmin 1 and 2 as well. I might get Pikmin 3 and just play them backwards or something too. We'll see. How long was the demo? I think it took us about 3.5 hours on stream. It took a while. Now we also stopped to like talk about things and like just like goof off. But yeah, I think it took like 3.5 hours. It was long. It was a lot of fun though. And you get to like, I didn't know you get to make your captain in Pikmin 4. So I was really excited. And you get to see like a little bit of the base building that you're going to have to do. So it was fun. And I got like getting to see the new mechanics was really cool. So there's all that. She's all that. And yeah. And it looks like it's going to be a really fun game. And I am very opposed to change. That feels very dramatic to say that, but it's the truth. I don't like when things change a lot. And to me, Pikmin 4 is like, or the Pikmin series, it's Pikmin. It's an RTS. This is what you do. Sometimes there's new Pikmin. That's it. This one is like, there's a base now. There's a dog now. You're making your captain now. The story's changing. Like, I don't know if I liked it. But we're going to find out. Some people are saying it has the potential to be the best Pikmin ever, and I sort of agree with that, so I don't know. It's kooky crazy. Anyways, I had a good time, but it's Saturday and I want to hang out with the gang and I want to like be kooky crazy and maybe go read a bit of a book and do something with my life. If you end up not liking the game, don't tell me, Tom. I'll message you directly. But if it's better than the others, that's a change, right? Louise, it is. You're not wrong. Pikmin 3 is my favorite Pikmin. I doubt it will be, like, Pikmin 4 will be better, but maybe it will be, and maybe I'll be like, wow. Yes. Yes. So, we're gonna do a little raid. We're gonna get out of here. Jack Strats, if you're playing through Final Fantasy 16, you probably won't want to see this, but Jack Strats is currently live right now, and he's actually finishing up Final Fantasy 16. Jack is an absolute perfect, sweet angel. I love him so freaking much, and he's a very, very close friend of mine, so show him some love or don't. I don't care. But we're gonna go see Jack and hang out there for a little bit. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Friday for Pikmin 4, and that's gonna become my whole personality. So get ready for that. Thank you all for being here, though. Yeah, I had a good time. I don't know if we really had productive conversations today, but we did talk and it was fun. I just like talking with you guys. I like getting started on one topic and then just going. So I think we can look forward to more guests though soon, because I think those podcasts are actually just the bomb and the best ones to do. So like I said, yeah, I'll see you all on Friday. Have a really good week, and I'll be around.